Want to live a healthier lifestyle but don't know where to start? Tired of fad diets that get you nowhere? Maybe you got to your goal, but you can't afford the expensive supplements. Reach your fitness goals, but still struggling with chronic health issues? I'm holistic lifestyle coach Gigi, founder of Cultura Sensual Enhanced Wellness. I created a personal health and wellness assessment you can't get anywhere else to help you reach optimum health and start living your best life. Click on the link, culturasensual.com, fill out the application at the end for your free consultation with me. This is your sign so that you can choose to start taking care of yourself. Hi, my beautiful souls. Welcome to the Tough Love Podcast with Essential Gigi. Thank you so much for listening. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment because I'd love to get to know you and answer any questions you might have for me. Hope you enjoy. Welcome to the Tough Love Podcast with Essential Gigi. I'm Gigi, and let me tell you how excited I am for this podcast. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a very vocal and passionate person. I love to hold myself accountable, and I have actually been talking about this podcast or, starting this podcast for about 2 years now. I love with my whole heart. I love my family. I love my friends. I love strangers. I just appreciate life, human beings. Although I had originally wanted to start a wellness podcast because I am a little holistic health nut. I am the founder of Cultura Sensual Enhanced Wellness. I am also a holistic lifestyle coach. And in my own personal journey, I began to value my time and, my energy more, which meant, giving my energy to basically people who would seek and who are seeking a relationship with me or a friendship with me. Not giving unsolicited advice is something I'm really working on to conserve my energy. And also just focusing on my family, raising our children. We have 3 sons, so, they require a lot of energy. We have dogs, we have chickens now. We just are all about just trying to preserve these happy moments in life, right? But also, I became not overwhelmed, but just full of all these suppressed opinions, I guess, and advice. So here I am, love it or hate it. You're here and you will hear me, damn it. But seriously, I decided to create the Tough Love podcast because although I had been giving unsolicited advice in the past, it was coming, honestly from a good place. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I love passionately, which, usually leads me to wanting to tell my loved ones about all the things society and social media and just overall marketing platforms are selling us that are literally killing us. It's killing our body. It's killing our minds. It's our spirits, right? It's wreaking havoc on our mental and emotional health. And I know, yes, it got serious real quick, but that is just one of the many topics that will be discussed here on the Tough Love podcast. Just like the title of this episode, you will get to know more about me and how there will be no sugarcoating, right? From health and wellness, motherhood, difficult conversations, relationships, to everyday life experiences. So I hope that you enjoy being here and that you just continue to listen, right? Even if you don't agree with some of the things you might hear, that's okay too. But it's okay. That's how I receive information too. It's okay to hear different opinions, different points of views. People come from different walks of life with different knowledge, different research, and then we at the end of the day choose. That's very important to talk about too. It's like we at the end of the day choose the things that we are going to do with our life, right? What we consume, what we do, how we treat people, all of those things. So I guess let's get into our first topic. No sugarcoating. So my friends and my family will tell you I can be a little sharp with my words. In all honesty, I also speak to myself in the exact same manner. I think it's a childhood trauma response, but that could be a whole different episode of the Tough Love podcast. So, for example, when I'm working out, I tend to be harsh on myself. Come on, don't be a little bitch. That's how I talk to myself. And I am a work in progress, but if you're working out with me, that's kind of how I'm going to talk to you. Maybe a little kinder, like, you got this. Your brain is just lying to you. You still can go more or 5 more. But I am a very tough lover. Recently, I got back into running, and I find myself thinking to myself, like, come on, your legs are not going to hurt any more than they already are. Just keep going. Also, the gems I will be sharing with you on the Tough Love podcast to literally maximize your life is just incredible. So, with all of these goals that I have set for myself in my life, in my relationships, my profession, education, lifestyle, everything, right? I have just been outright dedicated to my personal development and knowing that there is always room to grow. There is always going to be times where we're going to have to unlearn some of the things that we thought to be true and learn as new information becomes available to us, right? Most importantly, I like to think I'm not arrogant. I already talked about this a little bit. I don't turn people away if they provide me with information or touch on a topic that doesn't align with my current knowledge or my beliefs. That has really helped me grow. But you know what else has helped me grow? Not lying to myself. Now, let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100%. How many times have we ignored a red flag in a situation? Maybe with a relationship. Oh, but I think I can change them, or it's different with me, right? What about in a career where we're just not happy in anymore? We measure our success based on how much money we make, how much responsibility we're taking on, or that is relying on us, and just burning out, working 60 plus hours a week. I literally know, I've been there. The paycheck was great, but my health was suffering drastically. Complex migraines, flare-ups from work-related stress, and can't forget about the crazy freaking fatigue that I had all the time. Or my personal favorite, eating horrible foods. Not only that will cause bloat and obesity, in the long term, but also it's outright poisoning us. Let's keep it real. Causing chronic illness. We take pills or tabs or whatever before we consume these foods or drinks, because we know we will be sick after eating them. We are choosing to have every health issue willingly. We are sacrificing our health in the name of a quick and temporary satisfaction, but it doesn't benefit us. It doesn't make us feel good. It does the complete opposite of what our nutritional values and nourishment should be. I have been asked multiple times, time and time again, how do I accomplish many of the things that I have said out to myself, to accomplish, or have told the world on social media, my friendships, that I've said out loud? How did I know to let go of relationships or careers? How did I stay dedicated to my health and wellness goals? To me, yes, of course, it's hard work. It's always hard work, because anything worth it, anything really, really worth it is going to be hard work. But it is much more simpler than that, if I'm being honest. I hold myself accountable, being brutally honest with myself, being able to look back at my mistakes and work on the areas that need improvement. Not tell myself, sugarcoating it, everything's fine, I'm doing great. And that's not easy in itself, because some of us struggle with self-reflecting. We take it so hard. Positive criticism, all these things, we're not built for it, right? So we're rewiring our brain again, just changing that station to stop with what we're supposed to feel like and start following actually feeling good. A lot of us, and that's going to be a whole other topic on the Tough Love podcast, is that a lot of us are afraid of joy. We're afraid of succeeding. We are afraid of the good in life. We're so used to having aches and pains or fatigue or having brain fog. And the days that we are actually enjoying life, we can't accept it. We don't accept it. We only accept the sick and bad version of ourselves. But guess what? We are not meant for that. One of the things that I say on my website and to people is that we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We're actually spiritual beings having a human experience. So as a holistic lifestyle coach, I have heard a lot of, I know, but those are our choices. We can choose to evolve or we can choose to stay the same. I'm going to say it again so you can hear it again. And you say it to yourself and see how that, or like listen to how that sounds to you, right? I'm rewiring your brain here. We're changing the channel of this crap we've been feeding our brain. We can choose to evolve or we can choose to stay the same. It's still a choice. I have also been extremely mindful of the fact that to think we no longer need to learn, to think we no longer need to grow, to think we have no flaws or make no mistakes, to not hold ourselves accountable for the goals and values we create for ourselves, is also a scary place to be. Because we may agree that the world is not exactly as we envision. It is not where we can sit and say our job here is done and our children will live happily ever after. But that better world does begin within us by being loving, by being kind, and being gentle to ourselves first. Loving ourselves to me means doing even the impossible to nourish our body, to nourish our mind, to nourish our spirit with the most beautiful energy. Kind is enough to understand that rest is necessary and slip-ups happen, but that it's part of human nature to have slip-ups, right? But we live in a society that make us think resting and taking it easy meant you weren't successful. Being gentle with ourselves is to move in peace and harmony using the elements on earth to find that balance. Now imagine how your day would look like if you practice being loving, kind, and gentle with yourself on a daily basis. What would that morning for you look like? What would your commute to work look and feel like? What about your relationships with coworkers, with classmates, parents, or siblings? What about you as a parent? What would your relationship look like with your children and your partner, right? Your relationship with them, what would your mood look like around them? Your stress, what it would look like if you were just loving, kind, and gentle with yourself every single day. So before we end, I want to invite you to sit in a comfortable position, long and tall. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Elongate your spine. Slowly count to 4 as you inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still sitting long and tall. With an open mouth, slowly exhale. You're going to press your tailbone down firmly towards the ground. One more time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly exhale with an open mouth. Feel that stillness. Continue for a few more breaths. Enjoy that amazing calming breath. Inhale. Exhale. breath, savor it, enjoy it. Let the oxygen nourish the cells of your body. Inhale. Exhale. Continue with your inhale and your exhale. Become aware of any tension that comes to mind, any difficult relationships you have been holding on to. Maybe you miss a bond and energy you once had, but it isn't there anymore. Maybe we've been stubborn and haven't held ourselves accountable to the fact that we also need to work on these relationships ourselves. Not just expect the other person or people or situations to change. We should hold ourselves accountable as well. And think about some of your goals you have been holding off on working towards, or even a hobby you've been putting off, right? Self-care you've been meaning to get to, but just haven't made the time. Does your mind wander to any one particular situation? Do certain emotions and feelings come to surface? Now we're going to take 2 more breaths and really focus on breathing into those areas, emotions or thoughts. Inhale. When you exhale, I want you to let go and release the tension from those areas. I want you to think to yourself, the fuck are you waiting for? The perfect moment will never come. The perfect moment is now. Whatever that looks like for you, it is now. One more time, inhale and nourish. Exhale, let it all go. Now slowly open your eyes. Return to your normal breath. That was the mindfulness exercise, and I hope you can go out there and live as a growing, ever-evolving being after listening to today's The Tough Love podcast. Some of you may be starting your day, or maybe you're listening on your lunch break. Set your intention for the remainder of today. One little thing to help you get closer to the growing version of yourself. Rewire your brain. Do a little click, click, and change that station. Don't let the bumps in life keep you from achieving your goals. Instead, use them as learning lessons, stepping stones to reach your wildest dreams. Otherwise, what is the point of going through hardships in life if we do not take advantage and see what it was trying to show us? Maybe to stop repeating the same mistake. I invite you to come back and do this mindfulness exercise as many times as you need. I will be adding in the description the exact time where you can go back and just re-listen. One of my favorite times to do this is in the morning when I wake up. It's good to do it before journaling. You can write down your feelings and the things you want to work on. And then at night before I go to sleep is another time to do this mindful exercise, because you can journal, set an intention, do your mindful exercise, go to sleep, and manifest it in your sleep. This helps me really focus on my goals when I do this, because, life happens, but it helps me to have a reminder, to myself, from myself. Post in the comments, what were some of the things that came up for you? What would you, if anything, commit to for yourself after listening to help you get closer to your goals? So please send in your questions or messages so that we can have open-minded topics from all of you. I love learning new things, and I encourage new information that is sent my way. Worst case, I'll look into it, maybe disagree, and we can move on. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so that you don't miss new episodes. Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, I'm Gigi. Thank you so much for joining me on my very first episode of the Tough Love Podcast with Essential Gigi. This will be the realest shit you're gonna hear. Bye.